Hi Cancerians, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from Hearts. We're going to do your week ahead reading. The 20, no, it's not week ahead, sorry, it's your monthly reading. Sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. I've had to do two per sign this week because obviously I do weeklies now, but I like to keep my hand in with those monthlies. Some people still like to see the monthlies, so I like to put those up as well. So we're going to do your June 2019 month ahead reading. You have a week ahead reading sitting next door to this one as well, Cancerians. So if you want to check that out, be my guest. So firstly, what we're going to do, we're going to do a slightly different spread for your month ahead. So it's a spread that I found online. I really like doing this. I think it's really good and it's very insightful, I think. And I use 4 decks to do this reading together, okay? Because I like to see how everything kind of works together and whether we have similarities through the 4 decks showing up. So for the first layer for this reading for the month, we are using the Before Tarot. Excellent deck, this is one of my favourites. I've got the Before Tarot and the After Tarot set. This set shows you what happens one moment before the events of the actual Rider-Waite deck. The After Tarot shows you what happens one moment after. You know, they take the picture and then kind of carry on doing whatever they're doing. I really like these decks because you really have to use that good old intuition. You know, it takes no prisoners. You really have to focus on what it's trying to tell you. So we're going to use that for the first layer. The second layer of the reading, we're using another favourite of mine, the Mystic Mondays Tarot deck by Grace Duong. Astonishing. The illustrations, the card stock is really thick. It's slightly glossy. The actual deck is, but it's just stunning. A stunning deck. And what I like about this deck is that it really kind of, the illustrations are very sort of triangular. They're very kind of angular. They've got lots of kind of sharp corners on them. And I love the illustrations because, again, this is one of those decks that provokes your thoughts and it kind of forces you to look at what it's trying to say. Really strong, you know, your intuition's got to be really strong with these decks. We are using for the third layer my good old Druidcraft Tarot deck by Philip and Stephanie Carr-Gum. And for your advice and encouragement at the end of the reading, we're using the Twin Tarot Oracle. This is one of my newest decks, amazing. This is only made up of the majors, so we've got 44 Oracle cards, only major cards from the tarot in here. As you can see on the cover, you've got the Fool. So this is the light side of the Fool, Cancerians. This is the dark side. So the dark side kind of acts like a reversal of the card, okay? So, you know, it's brilliant. So we're going to get a couple of cards out of there, just look at what advice and encouragement you've been given for the week. So I'm sorry to have to go on about stuff, you know, and you're thinking, get on with the reading, but the thing is I have to explain stuff so you know exactly what's going on, all right? So first things first, we're going to kind of get, and I'm just looking down at the diagram of this actual spread that I'm doing, Cancerians. So Universe Spirit, who is Cancerians? Who are they in the month of June 2019? And can you tell me what the theme of the month will be for Cancerians as well? Okay, so we've used the Before Tarot deck to get that information. Then we're going to use our Mystic Mondays Tarot deck, and we're going to ask the Universe Spirit, can you show me what will be the key goal for Cancerians in the month of June 2019? Show me what obstacles Cancerians will need to overcome. And what is going to be a major accomplishment in the month of June 2019 for Cancerians? Okay. Third layer, please, Universe, through the Druidcraft Tarot. What is it that Cancerians need to avoid? In 2 cards, what do they need to avoid in June 2019? There's one. I usually use a combination here, 2 cards for that question. And what is it that they need to embrace and accept for June 2019? And can you tell me, where can they find their support? Who's supporting them in June 2019 for Cancerians? Okay. And finally, Universe, through the Twin Oracle Tarot, Twin Tarot Oracles, 2 cards, please. What is the advice and encouragement? I don't know, I think it's only, is it 1 or 2? Yeah, 2 cards. Can you show me what the advice and encouragement is? What advice and encouragement are you giving to Cancerians in June 2019? Show me. So we've got 1, 2. There we go. All our cards are down, Cancerians. We can actually kind of get on with the reading now. There we go. The only thing with the Twin Tarot deck is it tends to... Just going to pull this back a little bit here. I don't want it down on the cards because it's going to be too difficult to put it down there. That's better. Let's put it like this. There we go. Okay. So, who are you guys in the month of June 2019, Cancerians? Who is yourself? Who are you? You are the Six of Coins. There you are. That's you. You know, it's difficult because this is one moment before these people are given money. And it's almost like this guy is trying to weigh up. He's weighing up who he needs to give to. Can you see there? How he's weighing up. He's like, can you see he's got the scales in his hands? And he's like weighing up, well, who is it I need to give to? Should I give to this person? Or should I give to this person? And if you notice, above the head of this person is more money. There's 3 coins here, there's 2 coins here, and there's 1 coin here. Which is, I always find that very, very interesting that we have kind of, there's an unequal balance going on here with this card. Okay? And you guys are this. And I think that you might be, it depends. I don't know who you are on the card. I don't know whether you're these people here, one of these two, and I don't know whether you're this guy here. I think if you're this guy here, you have to make a decision between what you are giving your time to or what you're giving most of your money to or your resources to. I think, you know, it's decision time in June. And I'm going to read it like that. I'm going to say that for some of you guys, Cancerians, it might be in the month of June 2019. You have to make a decision because you might be the merchant here. You're actually responsible for making a decision who you give more of your resources to or who you give more of your time to, Cancerians, okay? What is the theme for the month? Well, there we go, 2 of Swords. She's putting on the blindfold before she takes the 2 swords and crosses herself. So she's preparing. She's preparing to make a decision because the 2 of Swords is all about decision making. Okay, but remember with the 2 of Swords as well, this is also somebody who's blocking their heart. They're closing their heart. So she's preparing to close her heart to something. So it might actually be, because often with the 2 of Swords, it's about being faced with a decision. All right, and some of you guys might be preparing yourself because you know that you're going to have a decision that you need to make, especially as you are showing as being the 6 of Coins, needing to decide. 2 decision cards, really. On this one, you guys are showing in June as having to make a decision between 2 people or 2 things. What do you give most of your time or your resources to? And the theme for the month is that you're preparing yourself because you know that you're going to be faced with a decision here. And I think that's more than likely the theme for the month is preparation. You're preparing yourself to make a decision. You know that you're going to be faced with a decision and it's going to take careful preparation when making that. What is your key goal for the month, Cancerians? The 10 of Wands. That is to overcome challenges. But, you know, when you get the 10 of Wands energy, it means to, you know, to bear, to persevere. And I just feel really the key goal, if anything, is really to persevere. Because that's the 10 of Wands energy. You know, this is hard work. She's got a lot of wands on her back, and sometimes when you get the 10 of Wands, this is somebody who's, you know, carrying a huge amount of responsibility with the 10 Wands. This is somebody who needs to kind of develop a very strong backbone. Wands represents spirituality, so this is all about having a very strong will. This is all about somebody who is in a very strong spiritual position. So some of you guys, Cancerians, your key goal might be to strengthen yourself spiritually. Perhaps you are dealing with struggles for some of you guys, and for some of you guys it's to persevere, because it might be that there is a lot of work that you've got to do. You've got a lot of things on your shoulders with this 10 of Wands energy, and the goal would be, well, if I can just get through June, if I can just get through, you know, whatever I'm carrying at the moment, the burdens, all of the responsibilities, the work, my career, the demands that are being made of me, if I can just get to the end of it, I'll be fine. So I think that might be your goal in June 2019. What is the obstacle that needs to be overcome, though, Cancerians? Money, Ace of Coins. So some of you guys, it might be that you've got issues with money. Ace of Coins energy, and that's an obstacle. Because the Ace of Coins is literally about receiving money. Money in the hand is the Ace of Coins energy. So some of you guys, you might need to overcome the obstacle of probably not having enough, or something quite detrimental happening around your finances. What's the major achievement, though? What is the major accomplishment that Cancerians are making in June 2019? Temperance. So the accomplishment is being able to balance things out. Because that's temperance. It's being able to get to a point of harmony and balance. Alright? That is your temperance for you. Alright? Temperance is all about achieving a state of equilibrium. balance and harmony, especially emotional balance. All right. This is also the card. I'm not going to call this card on this particular deck preparation because I don't see somebody who's preparing, you know. Usually when you see the other temperance cards, you see an angel or a person who's got 2 cups and they're trying to get a perfect blend, you know, a perfect measurement. Sometimes this can be, you know, making some form of a remedy, that type of thing. That's why it's the card of the alchemist, it's the scientist, it's the doctor, it's the healer. But on this card, we've just kind of got this seesaw thing, and one ball is in the air. The smaller balls outweigh the bigger ball, but everything is really in the way it should be. Everything is in perfect balance, and really what's happening here is I think that the major accomplishment is that you guys are achieving some form of balance. And I'm going to just clarify that card and ask what it is that you're achieving balance in. Universe Spirit, what is it that Cancerians are achieving balance in? The Fool. New opportunities, new beginnings, a new outlook. Because if you look at the Fool here, she's kind of got a flower in one hand. There's nothing holding her back. And I feel that when we look at the Temperance card, Cancerians, when it says the major accomplishment, it's talking about acceptance. What you're accomplishing with the Temperance card, really, when we look at the Temperance card being harmony and balance, what we're talking about is acceptance. Because once you are able to balance and harmonize yourself with something, especially when it talks about new opportunities, some of you guys, it might be that there's a new opportunity and you're like, I don't know whether I should go for that. But if you're achieving, if there's a major accomplishment, and that accomplishment is to do with feeling kind of emotionally in sync and emotionally balanced and kind of feeling kind of, yeah, this is right, then really what the Temperance card is saying, I feel the major accomplishment for Cancerians in the month of June 2019 is that they're feeling more balanced. Well, what are they feeling more balanced in? Well, it's about a new opportunity. Basically, what it's saying is that you feel it's the right idea to do something new. It's the right time. That's what the Temperance card is. So the major accomplishment, really, if we want to turn these words around, is that some of you guys are literally making a firm decision to go ahead with a new opportunity, to pursue something new. You're literally making that decision, some of you guys are. Some of you guys probably procrastinated on it, and that's why I think that the theme for the month is that some of you guys are preparing yourself because you know that you're being faced with a decision. And you have to, this is you guys here, you're the merchant saying, I need to choose between 2 things. It could be between 2 people, it could be between 2 things, but you have to choose what you're going to give more of your resources or your time to. Because the theme of the month is that you are preparing yourself because you know that you're going to be faced with a decision. And I think it kind of works in with the area where the major accomplishment is that for some of you guys, you literally do, in the end, decide and make that decision that you're going to go for whatever this thing is. You're going to take this leap of faith with the Fool energy. And it could be maybe because the challenge for you, some of you guys, is money, finances, Ace of Coins. What is it that you guys need to, avoid in the month of June 2019? We've got 2 cards that I picked out here for you. Worrying about work, because you've got the 9 of Coins, 9 of Swords here, and that's worry. And the 8 of Coins is about work, projects, all right? You need to avoid, I'll read it in a few ways. I think number 1, for some of you guys, if you've got problems with money, Cancerians, and that's the obstacle that needs to be overcome, the money that you've got, because you see it as an obstacle, money, all right? So if that's the obstacle that you need to overcome, you need to stop worrying. You need to avoid worrying about jobs. So especially if some of you guys have found it difficult to find work or find a job, you need to stop worrying about that. You need to avoid the worry about that, because it will come. It will come. Especially if you guys, the accomplishment is you've made a decision with the Temperance energy. You've accepted as well. The major accomplishment is, well, maybe something to do with money is tied in with not being able to get a job for some of you guys. And you've accepted. The major accomplishment is, well, I now accept with the Temperance energy that I'm going to have to, with the Fool, maybe go in a different direction. So for some of you guys, you're kind of accepting. You're saying, look, I'm having problems with money, and I accept now I'm going to have to go in a different direction if I want to get a job or if I want to earn a certain amount of money. So you need to stop worrying, 9 of Swords energy, about work for some of you guys. And I think for some of you guys, if you're in work and your job is really humdrum and boring, because the Eight of Coins means doing the same thing over and over. This is a very mundane job. So some of you guys are really worried about either a mundane job or going into a new job. But I think if it's a mundane job, you know, you're like, oh man, I can't get up and do this again this morning, you know what I mean? Then the universe is saying you need to avoid worrying about that, because again we go back to the major accomplishment where some of you guys are accepting. If you don't like what you do, Cancerians, you accept that you're going to have to kind of go in a new direction with that fall energy. All right, so everything can be remedied. All right, you don't need to sit there and worrying about it, okay, because everything can be remedied. There's a solution to everything. You just need to kind of think diplomatically about it. What is it that you need to accept and embrace this month, Cancerians? Well, you need to accept and embrace the moon reversed. That's interesting. You know more than you think you do, because I read the moon reversed as self-awareness. I mean, I think the moon in the upright is self-awareness, but sometimes we can question ourselves with the moon in the upright because it deals with the themes of lack of clarity and confusion and darkness and only a little bit of guidance, you know. But in the reverse, for me, this is all about seeing things clearly. So you need to accept that you actually know which road you're going on. You need to accept and embrace that actually the path is being made very clear for you now. And whatever is being presented to you now, you need to go out there and kind of follow that up. Because this is a kind of about finding clarity. It's about seeing things clearly. You're no longer in the dark. Where can you find support, or who's supporting you this month? The Ace of Swords. Somebody who holds information. Ace of Swords is information. So if some of you guys are worrying about work, and this ties in with your obstacle to overcome is a job or money, Ace of Coins, then go to the place that can supply you with information as to how you can overcome those energies, Ace of Swords. And what is the advice and encouragement for the month, Cancerians? You got two dark side cards. So you got Strength. Now when you get the dark side cards, they're really effectively reversals. When you know that it's a dark side card, when you've got these little kind of things at the bottom, they're like little branches or something. So this is Strength, and this is being out of control. This is a lack of self-control. The Death card, Transformation card, is also the dark side of it, where we're not changing. We're not letting go. Okay, so if this is being out of control, then this is actually good. Because what you need to do, I think the advice and encouragement is that you need to, with this Strength energy being out of control, you need to kind of, in a way, this is the lion running wild. And this is the person who hasn't removed themselves from the past. So this is the person that keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again. Okay? You know, this is about freedom. Strength here is about freedom. Freedom of the self. The Strength card where you've got the woman over the lion, sometimes for me that kind of, it's not about oppression, but sometimes it's about being very self-controlled. So this is about letting go. And I feel that some of you guys do need to let go with this Strength card, being dark side Strength card, stroke reversal. You do need to let go. Some of you guys need to let go of the things that you've been holding on to. Transformation, dark side stroke reversed, things you're holding on to. But the Strength card, when it's on its own, he just lets rip. He's not afraid just to go and let rip. There's nothing holding him back. So really the universe is saying your advice and encouragement is there's nothing holding you back. Okay? But you've got to be able to let go. Okay? Dark side Strength says you've got to be able to let go. Allow yourself to run free. You've got to be able to let go of the inability to transform and move forward. Some of you guys are repeating the same old patterns. You've got to be able to let these go with the dark side of the actual Strength energy showing here. It's a very interesting reading, Cancerians, for June. We'll quickly do it again before I go. You guys, month of June 2019, Cancerians, you are being faced with a decision. That's you. So you're the merchant, and you're going to be faced with a decision as to who or what you give most of your resources or your time to. Okay? Or what is it that you give your value to? This or this, you know? Because the theme for the month is that you need to prepare yourself for a challenge. You need to prepare yourself to make a decision. Okay? You guys, your key goal for the month is to persevere. Even if there's a struggle, there is a need to persevere. Okay? The obstacle that you need to overcome for some of you guys might be money or work, Ace of Coins. Money in the hand, jobs, opportunities, Ace of Coins. That's your obstacle to overcome. But what you're accomplishing for the month is the Temperance card. And I feel that this is more about acceptance. And what are you accepting? That perhaps you have to take a new path. The Fool energy going forward. Possibly because some of you guys have got obstacles with money or work. What you need to avoid, Cancerians, is worrying about work or worrying about the mundane. Especially when it comes to your careers. If you're in a career and there's things that are just like the same old thing, you don't feel... Because the Eight of Coins isn't really a card about... For me, I don't see this card as being a card of advancement. It's the mundane. It's doing something the same way every single time. But it doesn't really advance. There's not really many changes with this card, I don't feel. Even though eights represent changes often. But this is about mastering a skill. Some of you guys might be afraid to master a skill. You might be scared that you can't master a skill. Or you might be afraid about or upset or, worried about, well, where am I going in my job? Everything is the same all the time. It's the same routine. This is routine. Some of you guys are tired. You need to avoid getting really wound up about doing the same thing over and over again in work. And some of you guys are literally worried about work. But the universe is saying to you, don't worry about it, because the major accomplishment is you're going to have to accept with the Temperance energy that for some of you guys... if you're doing the same thing over and over again, accept that maybe you need to head in a new direction. If you are worrying about a new job or work or getting work, then you need to accept that you need to kind of, look for opportunities or pursue new opportunities. If you're not getting anywhere in one position, go and try something else out, that type of thing. What you need to accept and embrace for the month is the Moon in the reverse. So there's lots of things probably coming to light as well. Alright, so you're going to need to accept and embrace that things might be coming to light. Things might be becoming more evident, because Moon hides things. The Moon in the reverse brings things up. So some of you guys might need to accept, Cancerians, that there might be certain things that are coming to light. And I'm actually going to clarify that card and ask what it is that's coming to light. What is it that's coming to light for Cancerians? You said that they need to accept the Moon in reverse. What is it that's coming to the light for Cancerians? Justice. Again, another decision card. But also justice is the 11th law of the universe. It's a card about what we put it out there is what we get back. So this is all about your karma. So what might be coming to light is karma. Whatever deed you've done, it might be payment time, whether this is good or bad, with the justice energy showing up here, okay? And I think that for some of you guys as well, Cancerians, it's going to be a month where it's kind of like make or break. It is really going to be one of those months where you're going to have to make a decision, and you're going to have to do it in June. End of story. End of story. You're going to have, and really with the Moon reverse, what you have to accept and embrace is that you're going to have to face up to those things, because they're going to keep slapping you in the face until you do. Where can you go for support? Well, the Ace of Swords. If you're worrying about work or your job, Ace of Coins and the Nine of Swords, and you've got obstacles with money that need to be overcome, go to the source of information, someone who can put you in touch with people. If you've got debts and you don't have the money to pay, maybe you need to get in touch with people who can help you, support groups, that type of thing. The support is on the internet. Ace of Swords is information, written word, okay? So there's all sorts of sources of information available to you. You only need to look and ask. Also, it's on the other end of a telephone line. Verbal communication, Ace of Swords. And the advice for the month, Cancerian, is strength. You need to have the strength. Alright? But also you need to, with the strength card being the card of being out of control, you're being out of your comfort zone. So you need to be able to let go. Let go of the patterns that you keep creating over and over again. Lack of transformation, death, dark side. Okay, you're not making changes here with the death energy. You just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Death reverses resurrection. You just keep resurrecting the same old patterns. Well, with the ferocious mind of the lion, you need to be able just to completely let go of that now. Okay? That's your advice and encouragement for the week. That is your reading, guys, for the week. I would like to say, not for the week, sorry. Why am I saying advice? For the month. It's advice for the month, okay? Advice and encouragement for the month. This is your June 2019 reading. I would like to say thanks ever so much, Cancerians, for joining me. And have a great month and a great week. If you'd like a private reading, you know where to hit me up. Go to comment section and my website details are there. And also, if you'd like to see your week ahead, 27th to the 2nd of June 2019, just go onto the website. Not the website, sorry. Just go next door and you'll find your reading there. All right, that's it, Cancerians. Love you. Take care. Bye-bye.